Today we're back again with Person X. Person X loves BMWs, more specifically the BMW M4. A brand new G82 M4 starts from 2.2 million rands, and so for now it's still a dream car. Now Person X is left wondering, could the previous generation F82 M4 fill his void in the meantime? Well, in this video we're going to help him figure that out by breaking down the market and pricing on the F82 M4. We'll experience its performance to see how it fares up in today's day and age, and I'll take you through some of the problems that may arise on this platform, including maintenance costs, and in the end we'll conclude if this car is worth buying now in 2026. So yes guys, today we're checking out the F82 BMW M4 in its standard form. By that I mean it's not even the competition variant. So we'll be going through the ins and outs, what the experience is like on this car, like possible common issues, the market value. I'll be breaking down everything for you basically. Let's jump right into it. To kickstart this video, I want us to look at all the different iterations of the F-Series M4. The car was launched around 2014 as a replacement to what was formerly known as the M3 Coupe, I guess to try and give the coupe variant its own identity and perhaps market it differently. Take note though, the F-Series M3 and M4 are the exact same car underneath, just different body stylings. The cars launched with the S55 motor, a 3-liter twin-turbo straight-six pumping 317 kilowatts, roughly 430 horsepower, and 550 newton meters of torque, paired with either a 7-speed DCT or 6-speed manual transmission. You just choose what you fancy. Although I have to say, the DCTs are more common than manuals in our market. Around late 2016, early 2017, BMW launched the M4 GTS, which is a track-focused limited edition model with only 803 units made globally, even though it was initially announced as a limited run of 700 units to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the M3. But I think we can all agree it's still a pretty rare thing. The M4 GTS had a whole host of performance upgrades for the track, and the engine was pushed to 368 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque. There is currently one for sale online going for 1.8 million rands, but for the purpose of this video that's quite out of budget. Something more in line though is the M4 competition variant, which launched sometime in late 2017, and it featured revised suspension, a fruitier exhaust, with pops and bangs from factory, and of course more power at 331 kilowatts, which is around 450 horsepower, an extra 14 kilowatts over the non-competition variant. Around the same time of late 2017, early 2018, BMW launched the LCI, which is the midlife update with slightly different looking headlights and tail lights, and other minor tweaks like introducing Apple CarPlay, changing the suspension slightly, especially for the non-competition, but the power output was kept the same at 317 kilowatts for non-comp and 331 kilowatts for the comp. Now, here are a few shots to differentiate the LCI and non-LCI. The differences really are just the daytime running lights. They are more circular on the pre-facelift and have this half hexagonal shape on the LCI. The tail lights also look like this on the pre-LCI, and this is the LCI. BMW also launched the M4 CS around the same time of 2018, which adopted some components from the crazy GTS like the carbon fiber bonnet, a slightly stripped out interior to lower the weight, and increased the power to 336 kilowatts, that is 460 horsepower, and 600 newton meters of torque. This was meant to be a slightly crazier M4 than the normal ones that you could still track but be able to use daily with a limited production time of 1 year. So these are the F-Series M4s we'll be focusing on. The original M4 in comp and non-comp form, both LCI and non-LCI variants, including the M4 CS. Now let's actually break down the pricing and market value on these cars. The standard M4 with 317 kilowatts is priced anywhere from 500k to 800k. This is for the non-competition variants, but both pre-LCI and LCI cars with model years ranging from 2014/15 to 2018. Moving on, the competitions range from 800k to 1.4 million rands. Model years ranging from 2017 to 2020. This also includes some special edition cars like the Heritage Edition, which was a set of limited production M4s. I think they made about 700 globally. I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me. But these came with special individual colors and special interior trimmings, like this example that you see on screen. And also, this all depends on the mileage of the car, of course. Alongside those cars are the M4 CS variants, which can range from 1 million rands up to 1.7 million rands for well sought after low mileage examples. That pretty much sums up all the different F-Series M4 variants and the pricing and market value. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but our example today is a non-competition 2018 LCI M4. The owner bought it back in 2018 with like 15,000 kilometers for 800k. The car is now sitting on 60,000 kilometers, and for an example like this, you're still going to pay the same 800k today, maybe even more. That's just where the market is sitting now. Is it me or BMW M cars just have that thing where they don't really age, man? I mean, this car just looks so timeless already. The silhouette is so beautiful. This rim, actually, very iconic for me personally. And the carbon fiber roof. So the car in this white with the contrasting black roof, it just looks so gorgeous, man. The proportions as well, I mean, doesn't look too big. It's just the right size. Got this little air curtain right there. And if you come around the back, I remember when these first came out in 2014, I went so crazy over these cars. Yeah, beautiful looking machine, really. That's the money short. The interior as well, I mean, just spotless. This car is currently on 60,000 kilometers. I think the owner said he got it with like 15,000 Ks. So it had just done like, what, one service? And look now, 60,000 kilometers later, still looks absolutely spotless. Now, let's break down some common problems on these cars, more specifically the S55 Moto. The S55 was a major turning point for BMW in terms of reliability, but does still suffer from some common problems. Firstly is the crank hub issue. Although in many cases, this problem is blown out of proportion. It usually affects a small number of these cars, and it normally becomes an issue when you heavily tune this engine. Secondly is the top mount intercooler failure, or the charge cooler. More specifically, leakage problems. It will actually leak coolant into some of the engine components, causing a white puff of smoke from the exhaust. Thirdly is the more usual BMW problems of coolant and oil leaks, more especially when the car starts doing some high mileage. Lastly, these cars tend to throw a drivetrain error that just comes and goes, and this can come on for a number of different reasons, both known and unknown. When this happens, the car goes into a bit of a limp mode and restricts the power to protect the mechanical components. The error popped up several times on this car during this shoot, and I've also experienced it on a different M4 competition that is owned by a family friend. But generally, I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed with these cars because they are extremely reliable, lacking any horrifying issues. There's plenty of guys out there with social media presence, the likes of 4G. I know his M4 is approaching 300,000 kilometers, which is very telling. The owner of this car as well has never experienced any issues nor spent any cent on the car other than changing tires, but that is because he bought the car with a motor plan. Take note though, this being a German car, it will be expensive to service and run, more especially a major service at BMW, especially if you buy one without motor plan. And a lot of them are out of plan now because remember, this is now a plus 10-year-old car. Crazy, right? To think the M4 is now over 10 years old. So the conclusion for this video will actually be very broad. But the main question is this car worth buying now in 2026? The simple answer is 100% yes. Go ahead and buy it immediately. Here's a motivating story to back up that statement. Now, at some point, the owner was considering trading in this M4 for the previous generation Porsche 911 GTS, the car that you're seeing on screen right now. He took it for a test drive at a Porsche dealership with a Porsche salesperson, and he wasn't really impressed with the driving experience in the 911. Like, it didn't necessarily thrill him better than the M4. And he actually did say this to the salesperson, and the response from the sales guy was, there's no way, because this is a Porsche, and understandably so. Porsches are absolutely great driving machines, and you can't necessarily compare it to a BMW. So what the owner did was, he told the sales guy, okay, after this drive, let's go park the 911, hop in the M4, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So they went for a short drive in the M4, and in the end, the Porsche sales guy really acknowledged what the owner was talking about. Well, the M4 is just a lot more fun to drive. Well, not a lot more, but it's just more engaging and it feels more dangerous to drive. So basically more fun. Whereas he found the 911 to be a bit more serious. So I'm not telling you this to spark a debate. I'm just telling you this to show you how much of a capable machine the BMW M4 is, because to a certain extent, it can rival cars like the Porsche 911, depending on which models you're comparing, of course, not all 911s. One thing I want you to take note though, these cars take a huge amount of skill to drive enthusiastically. They can be very unpredictable and snappy. Because of all of that, a lot of the owners tend to crash them. I know so many that have been repaired multiple times after an accident. So it's so easy to buy an example with an accident history. So when shopping, capture the VIN numbers to check the vehicle's history. Actually, I suggest you ask a BMW dealership to source you one altogether. In terms of which variant I would recommend, my recommendation would be the competition. I just feel like it's the sweet spot out of the bunch in terms of power and performance. Although if I was shopping, I would heavily consider the CS for that special factor. But it can be annoying to live with on a day-to-day basis. Because of the lack of interior space, you almost have nowhere to put a phone or keys. If you've been in this car, you know what I'm talking about. With all of that being said though, the standard non-competition, like our example today, is still a very impressive car that I would happily own. The differences in performance aren't necessarily noticeable unless you drive the cars back to back. Another thing to note though, you can still pick yourself up a G82 M4 for about 1.5 or 1.6 million rands with about 50,000 Ks on the clock. Now, I am aware that that might still be too steep if you're shopping for an M4, so I suggest you have a budget of about 800k to 1 million rands. For that money, you can pick yourself up a clean non-competition F-Series M4 or even a competition variant with some decently low mileage still. But regardless, if you can't afford the G82 M4, the F-Series is still a very thrilling car, arguably one of the best M cars that BMW ever made. And in terms of driving experience, it is sharp, it is thrilling, and it is arguably one of the best M cars you could ever experience. With all of that out the way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like on this video. Until next time, that's cheers from me.